grow. Ginger cleans off the scalp so new hair can push through. So if you're looking for something that is 100% guarantee, use ginger. Ginger will give you a good blood flow to your hair follicle, bringing oxygen and nutrients that help your hair grow stronger and faster. Ginger will calm your scalp and reduce irritation, creating a healthier environment for your hair. Ginger also has antioxidants that protect your hair cells from damages caused by free radicals. Since oxidative stress damages from free radicals weaken your hair follicle, ginger's antioxidant content can help protect your hair cell and support the overall health of your hair. Ginger can also strengthen your hair from the root for those who experience excessive shedding. It contains lots of minerals like zinc, magnesium, and vitamins that can strengthen your hair strands and reduce breakage, making your hair appear thicker and healthier. Now let's talk about honey, which is our second ingredient. You might be thinking, why honey? Isn't it sticky? Yes, but that stickiness is magic. Ginger is strong. It's very harsh and spicy, especially those with sensitive scalp. If you use ginger alone, it can sometimes be too drying or too intense on the scalp. Honey is a perfect partner. Honey is what we call humectant. In simple English, it simply means honey grabs moisture from the air and locks it into the hair strands. It stops the moisture from escaping. It is also an emollient. This means that it smooths the hair cuticles. While ginger is working underground at the root, honey is working above ground on the hair shaft, making it soft, shinier, and manageable. Together, they can create a very perfect synergy to balance, to stimulate growth, and to moisturize your hair. Let's talk about the ingredients. I get this question most often. Can I use the powdered ginger? This is where most people make the mistake. They use the wrong type of ingredient and say it doesn't work. First, please do not use powdered ginger for this recipe. Ginger powder is great for cooking or for baking, but not for hair growth. We need live enzymes. We need the juice. When you go to the store, look for ginger, fresh ginger, and buy it. And for this recipe, you don't need much. You just need a piece about the size of your palm or even less. I believe I've answered that question. You can use powdered ginger. You can use dry ginger. It has to be fresh ginger. For the honey, this is also very crucial. You need to use original honey. Do not buy those plastic pancake syrup honey. That is often just sugar, water, and honey flavor. You will need raw honey, unpasteurized. If you're buying it from the store, just look for raw or unpasteurized on the label. When you buy the pasteurized honey, the production process has already killed all the good nutrients and enzymes. We want those enzymes alive to heal your scalp. But if you can't get raw organic honey, you can substitute with glycerin. Having said all that, let me explain the preparation method. Get a fresh ginger like the size of your palm or so. You don't necessarily have to scrape the bark. Just ensure you wash it well to remove all the dirt and the impurities. If you're pounding or grating, then go ahead and do so. But if you're blending, go ahead and cut it into chunks. Pour it into your blender and add only a bit of water, a little bit of water, so you don't over dilute it. After blending, use a cheesecloth to strain out the juice. For those of you using grater to grate yours, after grating, just add a bit of water to it. It is now time to introduce our honey into the mixture. You can see my honey raw, direct from the source, and I have been using it for years. I am just going to add 1 spoon of it into the mixture and then I will stir until it is properly combined. I would like to make emphasis on this. Ensure that you strain out the ginger properly. This part is very important. You don't want to apply the ginger on your hair like that. Trust me, you'll be picking out ginger bits out of your hair for 3 days. It will dry out and look like dandruff. You must strain it properly. Use a cheesecloth, greasy the next day, and you have a lot of heavy dandruff. You can add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice to this mixture. The acidity of lemon can break down the oil and balance your scalp pH. But be careful, lemon juice can lighten your hair if you go under the sun after application. So make sure you stay indoor. The third group is people with sensitive scalp. If you have a very sensitive skin or you have tried out ginger before and it burns you so much, to use ginger effectively, you have to dilute the potency. After straining out the ginger juice, add more water to it and then go in with 2 spoons of aloe vera gel. Aloe vera will counteract the heat of the ginger, so you can get the growth benefits without the burning sensation on your scalp. Note, you can skip all this customization if you already added raw honey to it. Onto the application. This is where the magic happens. You have to apply this properly to get your results. This is where most people get lazy. They just dump it on their hair. After a few minutes, they wash it out. This is a waste of ingredients. If you're not on any protective style, then you have to make sure your hair is properly detangled. Then divide the hair into 4 parts so you have clear access to your scalp. Remember, this is a scalp treatment. It is not for the strands of hair. We need access to your scalp to soak the ginger into your hair roots. So the target is the root, not the strands. To apply this directly on your scalp, you will need a cotton pad. You can use your fingers as well or an applicator bottle. Soak up quickly. That is the gingerol in the ginger working. It is a good sign. For the duration, you can let this sit in your hair for about 30 minutes to 1 hour. Cover your hair with a plastic cap. This will trap the body heat, creating a greenhouse effect that opens up your pores and lets the ginger penetrate deeper into your hair follicle.